Good morning and happy Monday. So I wanted to make a short-ish video about my current state of reading. So I go through peaks and valleys in my reading. I am presently in a valley. October has been a great reading month for me. I've read, I think, 8 books. And of those 8, 3 of them have been audiobooks, so I will say that. But as far as physically reading goes, I don't know if it's the subject matter that I'm reading right now that is making it so that I just 25, 50 pages and I'm like, next. And I set it down and I go to the next book that's in my currently reading stack, which there are currently 5 books in my currently reading stack plus my audiobook. So if you want to count that one, I don't really count my audiobooks because I always have an audiobook going regularly in my car because of traffic. I travel at the busiest time, so I'm always sat in traffic, and I get through about a disc a day in my car. And yes, I still do old school CD discs in my car. One, because my phone does not have enough storage to download something to download books, and 2, because I'm old school like that. So yeah, I'm listening to, I started this morning, The Girls by Emma Cline. I've heard not a lot of good things about it. I'm a big Charles Manson fan. I loved Helter Skelter. I thought that book was excellent, even if it was a little dry. The last half of the book. But this book so far, I'm almost done with the first disc. It's just boring. I always give audiobooks I'm gonna give it until it's over. I never quit my audiobooks, but I'm not really enjoying it so far. So that's okay. I've had a couple of really good ones. My grandmother told me to tell you she's sorry. Was an excellent audiobook. Laugh, cry, love that book. And then the one I just finished listening to, News of the World, by Paulette Giles. I really enjoyed the audiobook. I enjoyed the audiobook probably better than I would have enjoyed the physical book, because the narrator just did such a nice job. Outside of my audiobooks, I am currently reading Cold Mountain, which is slow going because it's historical fiction, and historical fiction and me are just, we don't get along very well. But I have been reading 1 to 2 chapters, usually 2 chapters. It rounds up to be about 30 pages when I do pick it up. This last month, past couple weeks actually, I was participating in a buddy read for Pet Sematary, so Pet Sematary kind of took the spot of Cold Mountain, so I haven't picked it up in a couple of weeks. But I'm gonna pick it up this afternoon and get back into that world, so I'm pretty excited about that. I am enjoying the story so far, despite the historical fiction life of it, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the book. I never saw the movie. I'm one of those people who doesn't see movies before I've read the book. I maybe saw snippets, I think, so I have no idea what's going to happen. The second book that I'm currently reading is, and I'm stuck at this, but this past month in my personal book club, the Central Ohio Book Club, we drew a nonfiction book, Washington Spies, the true story of America's first spy ring. It is extremely interesting and very well done and very well researched. However, it is a history book. It is chock-a-block full of facts and figures and XYZ. So I only read a chapter out of that when I sit down to read it because it puts me to sleep. But I'm enjoying the subject matter, and I'm enjoying the knowledge that I'm gleaning from it. So that's nice too. So there's 2 historical fiction or non-fiction books. The third book that I'm currently reading, I have it here with me, is Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. And I'm really enjoying this book when I get to read it. Like I said, I've had that buddy read, and actually buddy reading this with a friend of mine. I'm just not haven't been able to pick it up. But I really like it. It reminds me of one of my all-time favorite books, Catcher in the Rye. It's very funny and fun, and there is surprise incest, which is, I mean, this is like the third book I've read this year, and I'm like, okay, that's a thing now. But I've just been really enjoying this book. As you can see where my bookmark's at, I'm about halfway through, so hoping to finish it sometime this week, hopefully. I'm going to be starting a book that was given to me by an author reached out to me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Bookstagram, it's the same username, KTXX22. If you would like to know why that's my username, my name is Caitlin. Katie is a derivative, XX for kisses, and 22 is my favorite number. So, bada bing, bada boom, easy peasy. But the book is called Pieces the Mission, and I'm not going to even attempt to give you the author's name because I'll butcher it, and I don't want to do that because he was kind enough to send me his book for free for an honest review, so I'm going to start that here, if not today, probably tomorrow. And it's a fantasy novel. So I literally know nothing else other than that, so we'll see. I'll probably like it, but when I say peaks and valleys, I'm referring mostly to what holds my attention. So I loved Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary was easy read, held my attention just fine. But the other books I'm reading, I have a hard time focusing for long periods of time. Usually, if I'm loving a book, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to read it until I'm like, okay, you're reading it too fast. You're going to be done with it. So pick something else up. Or if I hit like a hard part to read or something that's very emotionally, oh god, I don't know the word, I can't think of it. Draining, emotionally draining. There it is. Oh god. Then I tend to put a book down for a little while I like let my emotions. But unfortunately, because the subject matter that I'm reading about right now, I'm kind of just coasting. The books have been great, but it's not been anything that's like, oh my gosh, I can't put this down. I need to know what's going to happen. So I'm hopeful that next month's reads are more that way. I already have next month's Public Library Book Club book read. My book club's book of the month is Wool by Hugh Howey. So I already have that on my shelf. I just have to bring it down and put it in the to be read stack. I would like to read 11/22/63 by Stephen King next month. I had initially planned on being a part of a read along, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it or not. And then I just have a couple other stuff that I've kind of just picked up. And as we go into the holiday season, I'm hoping that the weather, as you can tell, it's cold here in Ohio. I'm hoping that the weather stays relatively cool. I tend to read a little bit better when I'm cozy and comfy. So yeah, I hope everybody is having an awesome start to their week. Tomorrow's Halloween, so if you haven't had an opportunity to celebrate yet, or if you haven't had an opportunity to dress up, I hope you get to do that within the next couple of days. And yeah, so have a good rest of your day. Happy Monday and happy reading. Bye guys.